Hey guys, it's Gwen, and in today's video, I'm gonna be doing a little books to read this summer before the new school year starts. So as I'm filming this right now, it's August 10th. So my new school year will be starting on August 19th, which is like less than 2 weeks away, which is kind of crazy to think about. So I thought it would be fun to compile a list of the books that I wanted to read before the new school year starts, or even after if I don't finish them in time, which I probably won't because I only have like a little bit over a week. So yeah, without further ado, let's get started. So here's my first book. It's Book Lovers by Emily Henry. Basically it's about these two characters. Here's the character on the left, well, it's your right, my left. She's like a literary agent, and she like gets like deals for her like clients, or like on selling their books and stuff like that. And then the character on the right, his name is, oh yeah, sorry, her name's Nora Stevens. I don't know if I mentioned that. Okay, I'm mentioning it now. But yeah, and then his name is Charlie Lasher. He's like I think he's like a book editor, and they like work at the same publishing house, and they kind of have like a rivalry going on because like one of her clients, like he doesn't like one of her popular books, so it's like a kind of thing that they kind of like argue about it and stuff. So basically they go to this small town. It's called Sunshine Falls, North Carolina. I don't really know if it's a real place. I didn't like look it up or anything, but when I'm editing this, I'll probably look it up and let you guys know. But yeah, they basically go to this little like small town because her sister is pregnant and she wants to like spend time with her before like she gives birth and stuff. So then they go to this small town, and then it's kind of like a rom-com kind of vibe where they like meet, and then like they're like kind of like rivals. I wouldn't say they're enemies, but like more rivals, and then like they fall in love and stuff. Right now I'm on page 146, so I'm like halfway through the book, and so far I am enjoying it. Yeah, it's definitely like not the best book ever made, but I do enjoy it. I would probably give it like 4 stars. I mean, I'm only like less than halfway through, so we'll see. But yeah, so far I'd probably give it 3 or 4 stars, probably 4, not 3, because it is pretty good. Oh yeah, but this thing, it's only with my copy because this is a library copy, but like the pages are literally falling out. They like gotta get that checked out, like glue it back together or something. But yeah, like when I checked it out from the library, it came like that, and like I put it on hold at the library, so I couldn't really like choose my own copy. Like it just came like that, so it's okay, it's not my book. So okay, so the next book I have for you is also another Emily Henry book. It's this one, Happy Place. I don't really know what this is about. I'll probably read the synopsis, so I could probably put the synopsis on the screen or something. But yeah, I'm definitely interested in reading this book. And one thing I like about it is like I like this hot pink cover. I think it's really pretty. I just like really love bright fun colors on books. I think it kind of makes you more drawn to it, makes you want to read it more. So yeah, and one thing I noticed about Emily Henry novels is she uses a lot of like 2-word titles. Like for example, we have like Happy Place, we have Beach Read, which is a book I've read before, but I don't have it currently, so yeah, that's why it's on this list. But and also Book Lovers, of course, 2 words. And also another one of her books, Funny Story. I think this is her most recent book, so yeah, I'm definitely interested to read this because like I know it's pretty popular. Like if you go to any Barnes & Noble, you'll probably see a lot of like Emily Henry books on the shelves. So yeah. Oh yeah, and I think this book, like it was like a special copy at the library. Like I think they only let you keep it for like 3 weeks or something like that, and then you have to return it. So I should probably read this soon. Okay, and then next book I have is another and my last Emily Henry book, since I already read Beach Read. It's this one, People We Meet on Vacation. It's about like, I think it's about these 2 people who like are kind of like rivals, and then they go on vacation together, and it's kind of like a love story about that. Okay, so my next book I have to show you guys is this one. It's called Crying in H Part by Michelle Zauner. So if you didn't know, she's the like lead singer, well I think the only singer and member of the band, which is, I think it's like a 1-person band, but Japanese Breakfast. So this is kind of like her memoir about, I think it's about like her mom passing away, and like her like bonding with her mom about like her heritage through food. So I'm definitely interested to read this. I've been reading a lot of memoirs recently. Like for example, I've read like Paris Hilton's memoir, and I've read Emrata's memoir, and I've read Britney Spears' memoir. I actually have it read here to show you guys. Oh yeah, and I also read Matthew Perry's memoir too. So I've been really into like celebrity memoirs. I think it's just fun, like to learn that like about like celebrities' lives, or as much as they're willing to share anyways. But yeah, I'm interested to read this book because like I've listened to a few of Japanese breakfast songs, and it would be kind of interesting to learn about like the story behind her like becoming a musician. And also it's not really about that, but more about like her and her mom's relationship, like going to H Mart and stuff. I personally am not Korean, but like I have been to H Mart, so I can kind of like relate in that aspect. And also like I think she's like a child of immigrant parents, so I can like kind of relate to that too. So yeah, I'm definitely interested in reading this book, and I know it's been really popular. It was published in like 2020 or something like that, and I've been wanting to read it. Oh, 2021. I've been wanting to read it, but I haven't gotten around the chance to, so I definitely will when I get the chance. Okay, so the next book I have for you guys, Expiration Dates by Rebecca Searle. So I was reading the synopsis a little, and it's basically about, I think she has like expiration dates for her love interest or something, until like one character, I think his name is Jake, like their relationship doesn't have an expiration date on it or something, and it's about that basically. Oh yeah, and the main girl in this is her name is Daphne. Oh yeah, and also Rebecca Searle, she has another popular book I've been wanting to read. It's called One Italian Summer. I think it'll be a great like summer read. As I said before, my school year is starting very soon, so it probably won't be summer by the time I get around to reading it, but I am excited to read it. Or maybe I'll wait till next summer, but I'll probably just read it this year. So yeah. Oh yeah, and here's like Rebecca Searle. Like she's also read she's written like the Famous in Love series. I think it was a Freeform show a while back, starring Bella Thorne, but I'm pretty sure it got canceled after like 2 seasons. So yeah, I don't know if I'll ever watch that, but maybe. I don't know. Like I've been watching like a lot of like different stuff recently since it's like summer, and like I don't really have that much schoolwork to do, especially since my semester, summer semester actually ended like on Friday, so I'm pretty free for this week to like just like read books and like do other things before the school year starts. Okay, so the next book I have to show you guys is called Find Me by Andre Asiman. So I don't know if that's how to pronounce his last name, probably not, but this is like a sequel to the first book, Call Me by Your Name, which you probably know it was turned into a movie starring Timothée Chalamet. And then yeah, I think it's about like Elio and Oliver. Oh, this one is about Samuel, who is Elio's father, and it's also about Elio and Oliver too, so I'm definitely interested to read this. I know Call Me by Your Name is kind of controversial, and like with good reason. Like the age gap in the relationship is kind of like shouldn't really be romanticized, since like I think Elio's like 17 and like Oliver's like 24, I think, and that's obviously at that age, that's a huge age gap, and also 17 is under the age of consent, at least here in the US. But yeah, problematic things aside, I know that like these books are like really popular, so I thought it would be fun to check it out. Like I've read like some Colleen Hoover books, which I know are controversial, mostly just to laugh at them because there are some lines that are just so ridiculous. You probably heard about them like on TikTok and stuff. Like one example I can think of off the top of my head is, we both laughed at our son's big balls. I think that one takes the cake because it's so ridiculous. That one's an Ugly Love, I believe. And yeah, anyways, I would not recommend reading Colleen Hoover books, but they are entertaining, so take with that as you will. So another book I have to show you guys is called Middlesex by Jeffrey Eugenides. I don't know how to pronounce his last name again. That's just a wild guess. But yeah, if you didn't know, he's also the author of The Virgin Suicides, which I also read in like high school, like maybe 2021, and I enjoyed that. And also the movie directed by Sofia Coppola. That's probably like one of my favorite movies ever, just because of like the aesthetics, even though it is a bit dark. Yeah, I like really love like the aesthetics of that movie, and also the cast. Yeah, it's like one of the best like movies ever, but it's definitely not like super light-hearted. It's definitely more of like a heavy topic, but I did enjoy that, so I'm excited to check this out because this book was actually a Pulitzer Prize winner, and this might even be more popular than the Virgin Suicides when it comes to his book, so I'm definitely interested in trying that out. Okay, so the next book I have to show you guys is called Punk 57 by Penelope Douglas. So I've heard about Penelope Douglas before. I think she's like a huge like TikTok kind of author, and I know like book talk books are kind of controversial, so I don't know if I'll enjoy this, but I'm definitely interested in checking it out. Yeah, I don't really know what it's about, but I know it's like kind of like a love story, but I think it's like kind of dark too. But I don't know, it might be too Wattpad-y for me, but I'll read it and like get back to you and see how it goes, I guess. Oh yeah, and also let me know in the comments down below if you've read any of these books and like what you thought about them. Okay, so the next book I have to show you guys is this one. It's called Hook, Line, and Sinker by Tessa Bailey. So this is actually a sequel. So there's the first book is this series. It's called It Happened One Summer. I actually had that book checked out, but I had to return it because it was overdue. But I still have this one, but I'll probably read the first one before this one. I think this one follows like the main character from the last book, her like sister or something, and like it's about these characters named Hannah and Fox. Fox is kind of a questionable name, but nothing I've never heard before, seeing as I've read Colin Hoover books before. But yeah, I'm definitely interested in reading this and seeing if I enjoy it or not. Like I feel like these books they're not very like heavy or like content wise. They're more like just fun books to read like during the summertime, like at the beach, which I think is like the best vibe. Like sometimes you don't want to read something that's super like hard to process, more like just for fun, like at a beach or a pool party or something like that. So yeah, oh yeah, and this next book I have is called, oh yeah, it's called I Kiss Share Wheeler by Casey McQuiston. So if you didn't know, Casey McQuiston, she's author of Red, White, and Royal Blue, which was turned into a movie like about like a year ago, I think, or maybe either this year or last year. But yeah, it's basically about the president's son and like the Prince of England, like their like kind of love story. And then this one is like, it's more young adult, because I think the other one is more, I guess, like new adult or something like that, since the characters aren't like in high school, but like in this book they are. So it's basically about the main character, who is Chloe Green. So it's basically this girl, Cheryl Wheeler, I think she's the one on the cover because she has the blonde hair. She like goes missing, and then she sends these 3 letters to like her like love interests. Like for example, she sends one to Chloe, who like she kissed in an elevator, and then she sends one to her boyfriend Smith, and she also sends one to her next door neighbor Rory. And then the 3 of these characters, who aren't really like friends, they kind of have to come together and kind of solve this mystery. And it's definitely like really interesting, like seeing like these different characters interact, and it's very like archetypal, like since it's like a high school book. There's like these different tropes. Like for example, Chloe Green, she's more of like a theater kid, like she does theater and she does like singing and stuff like that. And then her boyfriend Smith is more like a jock who like plays football. And then Rory's kind of like a I don't know, like a stoner, like he like cuts class often and stuff like that. So they're like very different like characters, and it's kind of interesting to see like their friendship dynamic. Like I kind of love books that are about friendship, even more so than romance books, because I think they're very interesting. Okay, so the last book I have to show you guys is another Casey McQuiston. It's called One Last Out by Casey McQuiston. So it's basically about this girl. Her name is August, which is fitting because it's the month of August. But anyways, so basically she moves to New York City for college, and then she meets this girl on the train whose name is Jane. So she's basically like stuck in time. She's like from the 70s, but she's like been stuck on that subway for like years, with like no way of really getting back. And then kind of like August kind of like falls in love with her, but also she's trying to like send her back, or like have her like life go back to normal. And it like, yeah, it kind of follows her, and it also follows she's living like with these roommates. I think their names are like 2 of them are together, like Nico, I think his name, Nico, and what's the other girl's name? Oh, Mila. Yeah, Nico and Milo, they're kind of like a couple. And then another character, Wes, is also like one of their roommates, and it kind of like follows the story of them all in New York, kind of like trying to figure things out. And yeah, it's definitely really interesting. I would definitely recommend checking out her book. I think she has one book that's coming out this year, or it came out very recently, so I don't know, maybe I'll read that one in the near future. But anyways, I think that's gonna be it for today's video. So if you liked it, please give it a thumbs up and comment down below what your favorite book in this video was, or what books you're planning to read before the new school year starts. Yeah, and don't forget to subscribe, of course. I'm trying to reach 200 subscribers, probably by the end of this year. I don't want to be too ambitious with that, but if you enjoyed, be appreciative if you would subscribe. But anyways, yeah, I think that's gonna be it for today's video. So thank you guys so much for watching, and I'll see you very soon. Bye!